it bother you that 400,000 black people are murdered every year, don't even get a chance to breathe?
You know, no. Are you voting for Trump?
Yep.
White supremacist.
How?
What? How does the video start like this? So basically, there's a Biden supporter who saw a Trump supporter they didn't like, and they're going to debate this one out. So I hope you enjoy the video. Grab your popcorn because this is going to be good.
How can you say that?
How can I say if you vote for Donald Trump, you're a white supremacist?
How?
How? Because you support that man in office.
That's not an argument. I'm going to need proof that makes me a white supremacist. You're going to have to break down the argument.
It's not my job to say that.
You just accused me of being a white supremacist. You should be able to back that up.
Are you voting for Donald Trump?
I sure am.
That's my proof.
Are you voting for Joe Biden?
Yes, I am.
Then you're a pedophile.
No.
Yes, you
Trump's
are.
a pedophile.
You're a pedophile.
How?
You like to sniff kids.
Oh my goodness, this video is going to be crazy. This video is going to be insane, man. This is wild. When it comes to voting, and I know why she said that, but here's the reason why she said that. The reason why she said that is because you're insulting her with harsh claims. You're insulting her with crazy things to say. And if you're going to say these things, you have to be willing to back them up. Obviously, both statements are completely false. Obviously, just because you voted for President Biden does not mean you do any of that. And just because you vote for Donald Trump does not mean that you are racist. You just have different political beliefs. But the problem is that people try to attack your person based off of who you vote for politically. But let's continue this video. Cut. Ejon, make sure you crop out the word pedophile. I don't want that in my video. And if there's any curse words in this, crop those out as well, because I don't want any curse words. I don't want this video to get blocked. All right. Cut back in. I'm about to unpause it in 3.
Like the organization, and they have corrupted that phrase, and I will not say it. No. Will you say white lives matter?
No.
Well, why not?
Because white lives are not the ones who are being killed in the streets.
Black lives are not either. You know who's killing black people? Other black people. How many unarmed black men were killed last year by the police?
I'm not playing your games.
How many?
I'm not playing your games.
Well, these are numbers. These are. I mean,
they're black, though.
I'm sorry.
They're not being killed because they're black. Black crime is just crime. I don't know why you're grouping it together.
It's not the same as a police officer who's sworn to protect people murdering you in the streets.
How many?
Scream, I can't breathe. It doesn't matter.
How many?
It shouldn't be one.
How many?
It shouldn't be one.
I agree with you, but if you think it's a real big issue in this country, you should be able to tell me how many.
What is it? 1,000 this year? I don't know.
It wasn't even 1,000 last year. It was 9.
9? 9 too many.
I agree with you, but how are we supposed to wreck our country over something that isn't statistically an issue? If we want to talk about Black Lives Mattering, should we not care about the 400,000 plus unarmed black babies in the womb that are just destroyed and terminated?
You know why we shouldn't? Because that's not the same issue.
400,000.
That's not the same issue. So maybe you can deflect there. But one thing you cannot deflect is you saying that you're not going to look into black on black crime because that's not race. That's just crime. That's not black crime. That's just crime. But you're going to look into the way you're describing it, racial crime or white people killing black people, or specifically police officers murdering unarmed black men. My problem with your stance here is that although 9 people were murdered, that's still too many. I agree there. But let's say 50,000 black on black crime incidents happened. You're just going to completely ignore that as if it doesn't exist because in your mind it's not a big issue? That doesn't even make any sense. If you cared about the black community the way you're claiming to, that should be one of the first issues that come to mind. That literally should be like top 2, top 3. But a problem where 9 incidents happened somehow takes precedent over a problem where 50,000 or 100,000 issues happened. I don't know what.
Black people are murdered every year.
400,000. Are you saying abortions?
That's murder, yes.
No.
It's not. What is it?
You know, it's a woman's right to choose is what it is.
Right to choose to murder a black person. I thought you were against black people being killed. That's the number one killer of black people in this country. Abortion. 400,000 Americans, black Americans, are wiped out. They will never exist anymore. Their DNA is gone forever because of abortion. We are eliminating their chance to even, you know who can't breathe? You want to say, oh, I can't breathe? Unarmed black babies in the womb cannot breathe.
They don't have lungs, first of all.
Oh, they don't have lungs in the womb.
Not at the ages that they're being murdered.
Tell me the ages.
Supposedly. What is it, up to 20 weeks?
20-week-old baby or 20-week baby doesn't have lungs developing. What makes a person a person? What makes a black person a person?
I don't know how this has to do with...
You want me to say Black Lives Matter? Unborn
yes,
Black Lives Matter. Unborn Black Lives Matter. They matter. You want to talk about systemic oppression and racism in this country? Look at Planned Parenthood. Look at the abortion industry. 400,000 guys.
That's not.
And here's the problem: whether or not you agree with her or not, and I'm referring to the lady interviewing, whether or not you agree with her, the least you're going to do is respect her stance. Because if you're saying Black Lives Matter, why is that only in reference to one race, in this instance, white people having an issue with black people or murdering 9 black men? Why is that the only situation where you care about Black Lives Mattering? And I'm not saying you shouldn't care about that. I hope nobody's getting that from my message. What I'm saying is, if you really think Black Lives Matter, you should be doing or focusing on our biggest issues. But if you're not, you're only saying it to put up an image. You're only saying it to put up a front. And I just don't like people who do that. Whether or not you agree with her stance on abortion, the least you can say is, okay, she at least knows what's going on in this community enough to research it. The other girl doesn't care at all. She does not care at all. She's just doing this to make herself feel better. I don't know the exact reasons, but why didn't you research one issue?
400,000.
That's not murder.
But what if we prevent someone
choosing to change to do what she wants with her body? Do you think that you should not have privacy with your doctor? That your doctor should be able to go out and tell you, like, everyone what you're doing with your body?
Does that life inside that woman have privacy to be able to actually live?
That's not what I asked. Should your doctor be able to go around telling people what you're doing with your body?
That is not the abortion case.
It is the
No, it's not.
It is literally the abortion case. No, it is.
Who goes around arguing against abortion because your doctors might say it? That's not an argument. That's not what's happening.
That is. You have the
Do you
right
think it's
with your
wrong?
doctor.
So when do we cut off abortion? What week?
That's not my choice to make. But
People's lives are ending, and you don't have an opinion about when we shouldn't
lives
kill
are
them.
ending on the street, and you could give a shit because you don't want to say Black Lives Matter, because you don't want to make change within the police systems.
Did I say that? You didn't ask me about the police system. I'm asking you if you care about black lives. 400,000 guys. 400,000 black babies every year terminated, gone.
That's not the issue.
Does that bother you?
That women get abortions?
Does it bother you that
women get
400,000
abortions.
black people are murdered every year, don't even get a chance to breathe?
No.
It doesn't bother you.
It doesn't.
Okay.
You chant Black Lives Matter.
Yes, I do.
But you don't care about unborn black people.
But I don't care about women getting abortions because they have the right to choose freely what they want to do with their body.
It's not their body anymore.
It is their body.
Is it their DNA? Oh, okay. Let me ask. Does a pregnant woman have 4 arms or 20 toes? No. Yes or no?
She has 2 arms and 10 toes.
And she carries someone else's body with another 2 arms, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So you acknowledge it is a person in there.
It is
a body.
inside of her. Yeah, it is.
What is it?
It is a fetus inside of her.
Fetus of?
What?
A fetus of what?
I don't know what you're
A
getting
hamburger, a plant, a statue. It's a fetus of a human being, and they matter. They don't even get a chance to breathe. You guys chant, I can't breathe in the streets.
I don't know how you
but
can say.
You're trying to get loud.
Make the issue abortion.
Well, see, this is what they do when we have a conversation. Well, rather.
And if you disagree with her, just tell her why. People sometimes forget when it comes to these discussions because they can get heated. You just assume that you're talking to a rational person. Although we both know that's not the case. Obviously, that's not the case. But if you're rational and you're making sense and you're making logical stances and you just say, yeah, however, I don't agree because of so blah, 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 and they still say, blah, 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 then they're just ignorant. But the problem is that you disagree with her, and instead of telling her why you disagree, you're just attacking her as a person and saying that she's racist. And not only she's racist, you're saying that all Trump supporters in total are racist, even though all Trump supporters don't even agree with her. Not saying every single one doesn't, because obviously some people agree with her, but all Trump supporters don't agree with her. All Biden supporters don't agree with you. Some agree with her and some don't agree with her. It's a spectrum, but let's continue.
The debate, they get very loud so that the people around them will look and be like, oh yeah, she's so progressive, she loves black people. But you won't tell these people that you support murdering 400,000 black people.
I support a woman's right to choose.
Tell them exactly what it is.
I support a woman's right to choose what she wants to do with her body, including abortion.
You weren't very loud then, were you?
I support a woman's right to choose.
Choose to do what?
To abort a fetus.
A person, a human. Your mind is not going to get changed. I think that's very just wacky of you guys to sit here. Black Lives Matter. Hold on. Black Lives Matter, but by God, we want to talk. We want to talk about actual black people dying.
No, you want to talk about something that isn't of the issue right now. You want to make something that's not the issue to avoid the fact that you have no reason that you cannot say Black Lives Matter.
I just told you, it's a communist organization. They literally claim, no, there is no outside of that.
Outside of that.
Have you ever watched interviews from their leaders?
The leaders of Black Lives Matter?
Yes, have you watched any interviews from them?
I've seen the protests.
Have you watched any interviews from Black Lives Matter leaders?
They haven't watched any interviews from them because they do not care about the actual movement. They couldn't care less about the movement. And the reason I know this to be certain is because when you care about something, you're going to pay attention to it. When you have a favorite basketball team, you're going to know the star player, you're going to know the 12th man on the bench, you're probably going to know the assistant coaches, you're going to memorize their entire schedule, you're going to buy a few jerseys. You're going to know everything, every stat, every game they won, every game they lost, what they lost 20 years ago. You're going to know exactly everything. But when it comes to something you do not care about, you're not going to look into it at all. And obviously, it's not unfair for me to say these young women do not care about the Black Lives Matter movement. They probably don't care that much about Black Lives movements in general. They're just doing this to probably pass the time. I don't know what they're doing out here. But if you have any more suggestions, comment down below. I'm going to finish this video right here because these women aren't getting anywhere and it's really starting to frustrate me. So forgive me. The original title is Biden supporter gets totally owned on Liberty Hangout. If you want to watch this video, it's really upsetting me. It's LFR Jojo. I'll see you guys.